Let me take you for a ride.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Annie Flash, the veteran. Annie Flash has Flash. Yes, it's right there in the name. And when she enters play, she brings back a tapped permanent from your graveyard to the battlefield, but it has to cost 3 mana or less. More importantly, when she becomes tapped, you then exile cards off the top of your deck and can play them this turn. That means that Annie has a lot of different synergies, many of which are kind of strange. I didn't want this deck to just be a playing from exile deck, kind of like Rocco Street Chef, and I didn't want this deck to be a strange kind of reanimator blink deck since Annie Flash only triggers if she's cast. So instead, this deck is, you guessed it, vehicles. This is a Naya vehicles and mounts deck because she is from Thunder Junction, and that means that she likes it when she's tapped in order to crew things. She also is a surprise blocker, can bring out some surprise other effects because you can bring back, say, something with an enter the battlefield trigger off of her enter the battlefield here. Just, you know, maybe exiling one of your opponent's things. And she's darn fun because in Naya colors you have all sorts of interesting things that care about being tapped, including some other ones that have vehicle synergies like DePaula, Magda, and some new ones like Buxton Decorated Host. If you're tapping your creatures to crew your vehicles, you're going to get as much value as you possibly can in this deck, especially if you're using some legendaries. Annie joins up her signature enchantment, part of the whole crew that was part of the Thunder Junction story, doubles up the triggers of legendary creatures, including both her enter the battlefield and her becoming tapped. You may be wondering, Amy, where's the roaming throne in this deck? Well, there weren't quite enough humans and weren't quite enough rogues for me to justify it. But there's all sorts of cool cards that you might never ever see outside of a vehicles deck, like Tiana, Angelic Mechanic, and DePaula, who's, well, I guess you can also play her in a dwarves deck, but she's even cooler in a vehicles deck where she can get you more vehicles. We're also running a lot of vehicles, some of which act as removal as well, like Surge Hacker and Mysterious Limousine and Magmatic Galleon. This is a real fun deck, so we're going to take her into the queue and we're going to drive right over our opponents. Kellan Inquisitive Prodigy. He helps you ramp, he makes clues, and he destroys artifacts, which is really annoying for us because we are an artifact deck. One of the big things our deck does is play artifacts, like this and this. I think we got a mulligan here. Still have a bit of removal. We have some ramp. We have Wily Duke card advantage and Essica's Chariot. But it is still going to be an uphill battle since I would say Kellan easily comes out on turn 3. His sorcery here, which allows you to play an additional land, means that he can come out on turn 3 without even playing any other mana doors. As long as you have played lands on each turn, 2 of them on your turn 2. Alright, Wily Duke, get on out here. This is a, probably Simic good stuff. I imagine you don't even need to build around the destroying artifacts thing. Oh, do you not have a third land? No, they have a third land. Essica's Chariot to get extra Wily Duke value, or Selvala, because Selvala's cool, and if I play an artifact, it's just gonna cause me heartache. I mean, I do have the Magmatic Galleon with 1 more land. So it's... Oh, no, wait. I have it now. Because Selvala taps for mana next turn. Yeehaw! Alright, let's swing in with our little, our Vigilant boys. Our Vigilant girls. Let's deal some excess damage. Bam. Love it. Give me a treasure. Yeah, treasure. I'll use the treasure with the Selfless Spirit. Since I cast a creature, I get a little guy. And because I can, I am going to tap Wily Duke, draw a card. It is a land. Perfect, we play it. Done. Vehicles. Sometimes they're good. Eluge the Shoreless Sea. Eluge is a mono blue, typically oops all counterspells deck, casting instants and sorceries for a discount with an ever-growing commander. The more islands they have, the bigger it gets, and they can also turn their cards into islands, which is really scary. I find it scary, at least. I'm going to start by dealing damage to myself so I can get out this Haywire Might on turn 1, and next turn be ready to potentially sacrifice it to get rid of an artifact, or just, like, start dealing damage. Haywire Might. Reckoner Bankbuster. And use this to draw cards. Oh, Unleash Enlightenment, thank you so much for the 2-year resub. Oh, nice. More mana. I would love it if some of our things would resolve. Now, Eluge, are you going to let anything at any point during any of these games resolve? Be honest. Let me play my little League of Legends looking art Tiana. She works on the Weatherlight. Okay, it looks like they're cycling. Cool. I'm going to crew using Tiana because she is a legendary creature. She's going to perpetually buff the Reckoner Bankbuster, turning it into a 5-power creature. And then it goes back over here. So Tiana makes it so whenever we crew a vehicle with a legendary creature, things get bigger. And you can also crew multiple times with different legends to get the buff to apply multiple times. It's really cool. Tiana is one of those cards that is unplayable almost anywhere. But she costs 3 mana, so we can use Anti-Flash to get her back from the graveyard. She works with vehicles! Okay, well, she doesn't work on the Weatherlight anymore because the Weatherlight got destroyed, but it doesn't count. I'm not counting that. Wannery Humblewag. Nice. Kind of want to just, like, put everything onto the Bankbuster. Hey there, Haughty Jin. Gonna grow with the number of instants and sorceries in the graveyard? We sure are. So here comes Eluge, turning an island into an island with a flood counter. And now the first instant or sorcery they cast each turn will cost 1 less. So they will cost 2 less. Well, actually now they'll cost 3 less. Because they blinked Eluge. And Haughty Jin is already discounting them. Boromir! Does it resolve? Does it land? Mana drain! It sure as heck doesn't. So we're gonna go ahead and crew up our Bankbuster here. I'm gonna put the counter onto Tiana. So notably, I did not buff up the Bankbuster again. They go to 1. But they're getting a lot of mana. They're getting 3 extra mana here. They have the double discount off Eluge and an extra discount off of Haughty Jin. If they attack in with Eluge, they'll get another discount, putting 3 flood counters, and Eluge is also growing over time. Yeah, 3 extra mana to use for counters. It's more like 3 extra mana to use for the things that set up for even more stuff. Now, they could even have, like, mass manipulation here, and with the double discount, they'd be able to steal everything. So how many times have I gotten Eluge players to 1 life and then lost? Occasionally. It happens. I really don't like the way that you're highlighting my stuff. Really don't like that. Utter insignificance. Okay, so they're turning the Tumblewag into a nothing. Because they have priority, there's no point in me trying to exile this. Because I believe that even if I got rid of this, using the Haywire Might it would just be gone. Because it checks the, like, last known who was I enchanting. And I think it still goes to exile. There's also, like, another interaction where you can actually activate this and then bounce utter insignificance back into your hand, and the creature will still get exiled. Eluge isn't a Leviathan because it's on Bloomburrow. It's just a regular-sized Gar. It's just feels really big. Just a fish. So, like, there's a line of me trying to go for lethal using Anti-Flash. But I don't think it's gonna work. So I'm not even gonna try. Just gonna attack it with Tiana. This can't get bigger unless they get another instant or sorcery into their graveyard. And as it stands, they have to block. Alright, so they're using Dive Down to give additional toughness and get that power rolling. Now, let's see if we can get Anti-Flash to resolve. They've used up their discount, so now they have a 4-mana spell. So, like, they couldn't cast Sublime Epiphany, but they could cast pretty much anything else. Oh my god, she resolved? I mean, of course she resolved. I want to save Tiana, so I'm going to sacrifice Boromir here. And I'm going to make the Haywire Might tempted by the ring. And that's important, because those of us who are tempted by the ring cannot be blocked by creatures with greater power. Talking about for next turn. I am going to crew for turn here for multiple reasons. The first reason being for the buff for Tiana, and the second one being Anti-Flash gets us stuff. Okay. Annie? No land? No lands, Annie? I think I already played a land anyway this turn. Cool. Alright, awesome. Boromir only stops things if they're free on cast. If they pay even a single mana, it's not free. Yeah, Boromir's also like, they get to do it beforehand, and that's about it. Alright, Demolition Field on Plaza of Heroes. Plaza of Heroes had the ability to give one of my creatures hexproof and indestructible, specifically one of my legends. Is Annie okay? I would say she's exactly that. She's okay. Are you okay, Annie? Okay, we're gonna crew up. I want you to join my crew. Get our card advantage. Cool, Mech Hanger. I'm going to attack with all three. Haywire Might, currently unblockable. You can't block it. It's against the rules. I said so, so it is. It's actually unblockable because it was tempted by the ring. The Haywire Might, ever mighty with 1 damage. Annie might be okay, but I'm the smooth criminal. Thank you, Illuminati. Yeah, we actually played against a whole bunch of Eluge decks earlier with Anti-Flash. I have no idea why that's what we matched up against, but we did. All right, so that was just a full trade. They have 4 mana, no discounts left, though, and these are here. I am going to try to play some stuff, though. Oh, I should have done that in the other order. Buff yourself. Would y'all look at that? It's a Hornlock Whale. They're like, what? Rocco? Yeah, Rocco's friend to all. Would you like to play your Horned Lock Whale? sure you would. They'll be able to play the Lagoon Breach for free. Hello, Fabled Passage. You're so pretty. This gives me an extra attacker. Again, 1 damage is all I crave. Two extra. Right, because it also has haste. And we swing it! Stuff happens. Ooh, the mysterious limousine. And also my cat nibbling upon my toes. Girl, why do you always choose the weirdest times to do this? Sweetie, if you want to play with the fishy, you should just go play Magic the Gathering. It's a fun game. It's a fun game. Oh, I'm sorry. That was a... You snuggled me too hard. You snuggled me too hard. GG Eluge. Me, 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 meow. Nahiri, Forged in Fury, gets a discount for the number of equipment you have out. I both like and dislike this hand. I like it because it has some removal for an enchantment. I don't like it because it's missing our third color. Unless we're casting it for vehicles. Let's put that in the graveyard. And it didn't have anything on turn 2. I'm still going to keep it, though, because, like, I have vehicles. And I have the thing that animates vehicles. And I have Loran. And if I can slow down Nahiri before she attacks in with an equipped creature, that would be great. I don't actually know if I have many pilots in here. I'm trying to remember if DePaula is a pilot. I think she is a pilot. Oh, the Hexbolt Halberd. Green mana! Yippee! It's not like a super good equipment, but I still want to make sure they don't have equipment because Nahiri has affinity. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? You are. So good, so good. No, Loran's staying out here. I need her to pilot my vehicles for me. Oh, Jorkadine. Sorry, just like... Jorkadine is so goofy. Like, hello, it's me, Jorkadine. I have a mount I can bring back from our graveyard. I'm gonna go ahead and attack in with Loran. I will trade with Jor. Jor gets buffed. Enjoy your card draw. Oh, Wily Duke! I love Wily Duke. This cat is so demanding. Scraps, how come you come up here when I'm playing Magic, huh? You want to learn how to play? You don't know how to play. You just sit there, stare at the cards, and shed all over me. And trigger my allergies. You little rascal. Alright, they have no equipped creatures, so he doesn't get a buff. So I'm not blocking. You got an Embercleave? Do you have an Embercleave? Be honest. Scraps, do you think he has an Embercleave? She doesn't think so. Sword of Forge and Frontier, or the Sword of Mountain Dew and Doritos. Me and my Vigilant creatures are gonna swing on in here. And then we're gonna be just a little frustrated by the distinct lack of a land. There's a land. You know what we can use these lands for? Two things. Number one, Sky Sovereign. Blast Jorkadine off the battlefield. Number two, now I have a colorless creature. Well, I can make a colorless creature, and I can make it by crewing. And when I crew, I tap Wily Duke. And when I tap Wily Duke, I gain a life and draw a card. And we love that. Well, I love that. Oh no, not protection from red and green. Oh, my beautiful vehicle. Give me the synergy. Yes! Oh, hey, Kemba. If they played that first, I think it would have gotten a buff, right? Yeah, equipped creatures get +1/+1. I cannot attack in through that. But I could still exile Kemba with the mysterious limousine. Drawing cards, dealing damage, having fun. Girls' night. So puffy. Kellan's able to grab an aura or an equipment out of the deck. Oftentimes I use this to grab like ossification in a deck. But no, it looks like they're going for a cheap spell here. One that can give some haste. Alvar, God of Battle, gives double strike to equipped creatures. But cannot equip. Doesn't quite die to a Sky Sovereign. Okay, I'm trying to, like, be around my cat. Girl, honey, you are so in the way. Yes, I love you so much. You are extremely in the way, though. Some stuff's gonna happen. Yeah, you know what? We can swap these two. You have a Kemba. I don't really care if they have protection. I don't care if they have protection because we just have lethal. Have fun, Professor Catface Meowmers. And we win! GG, Nahiri. Loot, the key to everything. Loot cares about the number of different non-land permanents you have in play, other than loot. So if you have like artifacts and creatures and things like that, loot is going to get you more card advantage by exiling the top cards of their deck and then allowing them to play it. Oh, this is very cute. They have the Kiora sleeve here. I think this is the Kiora sleeve of the Critters Reimagined. Imagine Critters, is that what they called it? Oh, that's something cute. Well, we have something that rewards us for having vehicles, something that draws us cards for vehicles, and then the vehicle. I feel like just playing the Smuggler's Copter here means I'm not getting the card draw off of SRAM, but next turn I'll be able to buff up the Smuggler's Copter. That should be good. Oh, they are ramping. They're ramping very hard. Miriam. Little crew. Go to combat. So I would love to draw and discard. This is Swords to Plowshares. I think I will drop... I'm not going to be able to hit you off that. I'll be able to hit loot off Swords to Plowshares. I'll just drop the land for now. Imagine Courageous Critters. Is that what this thing was called? This has Ward 2, so I'm sadly not able to get through it. Arcane Signet. So now they have creatures and artifacts. No enchantments. No battles. No planeswalkers. Yet. And the Hulking Raptor swings in for 5. Take it. Ooh, an Archaslam. This hits me. It'll be doing a lot more than just damage. It'll also be getting lands and creatures out of their deck. Good news. I can get rid of it. And so I will. I'm gonna use Swords to Plowshares here. And then I'm gonna play, not Plorg, but Augusta. Dean of Order. I'm going to use her to crew. We're gonna go to combat. And Augusta has some very cool text, where she's actually going to be untapping all of our creatures. Would I like to draw a card? Sure would. I'm going to drop the Peace Walker Colossus because I can actually bring that back with Annie. And would I like to tap any of these again? No. No, I wouldn't. It would get me more damage if I tap them. But I don't need damage right here. I just want to have a nice, extra chunky Smuggler's Copter. Gusty even lets us tap Annie multiple times in a turn. Oh, the synergy. I don't like that they're, like, hovering over all of my creatures here. Please stop. Please, do you want to take a ride? In my limousine? Gonna saddle up. Here comes loot. It's a 5/6 since it's getting the extra toughness here. Oh, an ominous lockbox. I wonder if they did 6. Okay, how bad would it be if they got an Annie Flash? I don't think it would be bad at all. I want to take a ride in a fancy limousine. I mean, I could put, like, loot in a fancy limo. You got Annie Flash. Congratulations. I got Miriam back. Yeehaw. I could tap Annie here. It doesn't really matter who I'm tapping, I guess. I'm just putting cards into exile. I don't have any free spells in here. I'll swing in with the copter. It'll get a counter from Miriam. Everybody will untap. Would like to draw and discard. Drop the command tower. I'm good. Dealing 1 extra damage. I'd rather just have this on tap. Alright, they got Invasion of Zendikar, that's a battle that gets lands, and also a mountain, which is land. Ooh, Matsalotli. Neat. They can fill up their graveyard with many a type. I could flip over and make them lots of mana. Oh, and Defense of the Heart. I need to take them out this turn, or get some of my removal for something like that. So I'm going to start by crewing up using Annie, so I get the extra cards. Okay, one last job. That lets me bring back a vehicle. Protean War Engine. Depends on what it hits. It also just Mysterious Limousine take this out. But, like, this could give me something that gives double strike to all my creatures. There's, like, a 1 in 3 chance that I managed to see it. Yeah, I'm willing to risk it. Dang, we're just good at this game. Do I have any orders or equipment cards? I don't. Just the mounts and vehicles. The Peace Walker Colossus. So this doesn't need to be attacking. I just need to get it here. So I guess I'll use Miriam. I still have enough. Take out the blocker. We will go to combat. You love War Engine. Isn't it cool? Yeah, draw and drop. And I'm going to tap you because the double strike is legit just enough. It's cool. GG. Juri, Master of the Review. Juri is a Rakdos-colored commander who cares about things being sacrificed. The more things you sacrifice, whether they be creatures, lands, treasures, the bigger Juri gets. And when Juri dies, he flings his whole body at you, dealing damage to a target of its choice. Equal to power. Great way to deal a lot of damage, especially if you are doubling that damage using literally like a card called Fling or Thud or something like that. A lot of great ways to buff Juri up in these colors, too. So we got our cat, who's very bad at driving, and the other cat, who's also not particularly good at driving. Just a whole bunch of cats who are not so good at driving. We're going to bring out a copter. Esper Sentinel. I think I'm actually going to offer them like a kind of weird trade here. Would you like to trade Juri for a Johnny? Cool. The answer was no. I'm able to bring a Johnny back with Annie. Okay. An accursed marauder. Should have crewed first here. But I don't think they'll be attacking in. We still have Phyrexian Tower up. They're trying to work out how this flippin' would work. It has 3 loyalty when it flips. Ooh, okay. I wonder if they're just gonna kill a Johnny with this. They got 2 extra black mana. 2 damage to any target. There goes a Johnny. I offered you that same exact trade last turn. They didn't like it then. Now they're like, oh, I'm kind of into it. Actually, let's go for Boromir. Pilot the copter. Just get some more damage in. And I'll probably be dropping Expel the Interlopers. This is the only board wipe in my deck. It's kind of a cute board wipe because most of our creatures are so small. And the reason it's in this deck is because it's like, oh yeah, if everything I have kind of caps out at like a power of 3 or 4, and our opponent's playing like big green stuff, we can just wipe them out modally. I don't think it's the best board wipe, but it's the one that's kind of cute in this deck. You could also run something like Elspeth, who has that similar ability on... Oh, I had to sacrifice that in response, but that's fine. I don't need a legendary cat warrior. I got so caught up in talking about dumb stuff. Augusta! I would like to draw. I will discard Amaria's Call, or wait. Stable Master. I should just get lands. No, tap those. I want more damage. Imagine remembering things. Yeah, there's like the potential of playing Annie next turn, or I should say flashing her out at some point. Does the Mousebeth have the 4-power board wipe? She does, yeah. You could also play like Farewell as a board wipe in this deck, just because it's very strong, it's modal, but you almost never want to be hitting your own graveyard because this has graveyard recursion, and you wouldn't want to hit artifacts either because of all the vehicles. Ooh, Sokensun Smelter! Let them sacrifice artifacts to turn them into a different artifact! Juri, Master of the Review, what do you got? 3 mana is what you got. Is it like a Devil 3 mana? Or like a... someone that's gonna sacrifice something? Kill spell? Murderous Rider? They probably just want to kill Annie. Alright. The Smuggler's Copter out again, filling up my graveyard with things. I could also animate the Restless Ridgeline if I want more damage. Okay, it's Unlicensed Disintegration. That does do the kill. feel like playing the Aether Sphere Harvester or just going for more damage. I should probably play the Aether Sphere Harvester. They trade. We harvest. This can get lifelink twice. Also flies. It's got really good stats. Yuri Master Review back into play. They only have 1 mana up though. Oh, never mind. 2 mana. Ross Skullbomb. I don't remember what this does. Okay, they could sacrifice it to draw a card or return a creature from their graveyard to hand at sorcery speed, but it costs more. Okay, so that's not happening. They're just making Yuri bigger. Oh, 4 mana. Or 6 mana. Key number great at. I think I'm just gonna play Camille. Cool. We'll attack in. We'll tap it again. I feel we are definitely playing offensively here. Oh no, give it some lifelink. Alright, Camille, what do we got? It's... Yay! Wily Duke! We can even crew Wily Duke just to get the gain a life draw card. Doesn't matter that this is tapped, you can still crew with tapped vehicle. Whoa. Card with Echo? I didn't even know we had any cards with Echo. It will sacrifice itself. When it does, they'll get to do 1 damage to any target. Also, they could sacrifice it intentionally to Phyrexian Tower. Hello. Bone Splinters. Alright. That are sacrificing it to use it as removal. I assume they're just gonna ping my face here. I will crew with the Aether Sphere Harvester. Get that card draw. You got Command Tower. Cool. More land, more fun. Rip Wily Duke, though. I feel like it works out pretty well to attack in here. And they have 4 damage, I guess, to anywhere they want with the Mayhem Devil and Yuri. I wouldn't sacrifice Yuri here. I would wait until Yuri gets bigger. Okay, well, I'm not them. So, they can choose to do whatever they want. They want to kill Augusta, they can kill Augusta. But, like, they know I have another way to crew the Harvester. Maybe they just, like, forgot. You love the Mayhem Devil. It's a really good card. And it also triggers for either of us sacrificing permanents. Oh, hey, Depala. Depala would make this stronger. But I'm going to play Anti-Flash. Yeah, I know, at sorcery speed. Let's grab something that protect. Let's crew up. That's going to tap Anti-Flash. Get us a little bit of card advantage. Cavern of Souls and a Stump Stomp. We swing in. Deal some damage. Keep on healing. And then in end step, Camille will trigger and we'll get more stuff. GG, Yuri, Master of the Review. Alania, Divergent Storm. Is this the one that copies your spells? Yes, if you let your opponent draw a card, then you can copy the first instant or sorcery or otter that you cast in a turn. Nice. I have a little bit of ramp. I have War Engine, Swords to Plowshares. I feel like I have a pretty good diverse group of stuff here. This is also sort of removal. It's like weird removal. I actually probably should have gone with the Carplucin Forest so I could play War Engine on too. I guess I can still do it, but like it'll be tapping this. That's fine. War engine, a weird vehicle. It's gonna become a random one of these things. Alright. Captivating crew. Skyship Stalker. The Star Crown Stag. You're gonna be a pirate. Look, you can crew the crew. If this becomes a creature, by the way, it becomes the creature underneath it. That's essentially what it does. Not exactly what it does, but close enough for me to describe here. Aww. They killed the pilgrim. Yeah, I'd like to build Alania otters. I built Brawl, which had a lot of otters in it. Oh my god, incubator? Dang, you must really want those discounted otters. Alright, we want something with white. Here we go, Elegant Parlor. Buxton! I won't be able to play Buxton this next turn. Doesn't matter, I love Buxton. And Buxton loves when we crew. Alania. And they're not playing the Frolicking Familiar, I think because they want 2 of them. They would let me draw a card. They're chill like that. Alright, I'm gonna Swords to Pleasures, though. Ooh, okay. So, like, Buxton? Or we destroy the incubator. I think destroying the incubator is the smarter play. And if Loran dies, we can bring it back with Anti-Flash. Wee! I'm a 4/3 who can active treason things. Here, we both get mana. Or both get stuff. Buxton is going to trigger at the end step and get us... Oh, Haywire Might! Or Artifact or Enchantment removal. I put this in the deck because I kept running into Eluge decks. And I was just getting sick and tired of my vehicles getting countered. You get a card, I get a card. I really want the Camille here. They're a blue deck. I don't know. I feel like maybe I can trust an Alania to not have that many counter spells. Especially like an Alania with this super cute alt art. But I've been burned and also countered too many times. Okay, so I discovered 5 and I got the Burrow Fiend. And Lelia! Oh, cool! Lelia's gonna be great with the Discover. That's part of why she's in the deck. Also, I needed card advantage, and she's like card advantage that kind of works with the commander. She works enough! Do I have any permanents in the graveyard? Oh, I do! Okay, Anti-Flash. Because more tapped creatures is more good for the Buxton. I will tap Annie. We have put cards into exile. Okay. As long as things are exiled one at a time, Lelia will get a counter for each of them. And I'm also going to do this. I'm just trying to increase Buxton's chances of hitting something big and awesome. Yeah, they didn't want to double block the Buxton. Oh, cool, a rock! Throw it at the Frolicking Familiar. Nice. We got rocks and Roxanne. She's cool. I like Roxanne. And if Nicola's cool with vehicles, since she, Are you gonna copy that? Probably. She's really cool with vehicles because she doesn't need to attack to get her trigger. And Roxanne's just in this deck because she's good. Sometimes that's the reason. So this person is taking a couple extra turns. Just a few. Hopefully they don't take any more. I don't want more cards in hand. I already have card advantage. More otters! Are you gonna copy it? Yes! Okay, so Coruscation Mage with the Offspring cast is going to deal so much damage. If they cast a non-creature spell, each of these is going to hit for 1. Like that guy, like roll!
Let's make like light get cracking.
An extra auto.
You get to be my
Suddenly I'm in danger. Yeah, it's like taking 3 turns in a row. Could be a problem. Could be. I'm in danger. So what are you gonna cast now, Alania? Oh, another extra turn spell, huh? So they're gonna take another 2 extra turns. And I'm gonna take 4.
I thirst for information.
This person's definitely running many a otter. But also many a extra turn. I guess also damage can't be prevented. Hey, it's not free to double the spell. They had to give me a card. But they're giving me a card that I can't cast because... yeah. Making 2 Kitses doesn't really do much since Legendary. Icon of Ancestry. They're gonna buff all the otters.
Aha! A solution!
Or just kill me. GG, Alania. Rocco, Cabaret Caterer. This is the first Rocco card, and this is the one that allows you to search your deck for a specific creature that's of mana value X or less. X being the additional cost here that you can kind of see on their commander. So let's see. I have some good vehicles. I don't have white mana. I'm gonna mulligan because I'd like to have more creatures for my vehicles. Okay, these are some cool creatures and like no vehicles at all. I have a Selfless Spirit, Florigan Augusta, and Annie joins up, which is a bit of removal. This could be a bit of a food chain style combo deck where they're trying to get specific cards out. I won't be able to tell though until they start casting more creatures. It could have a theme, like they played Guide of Souls, that is just a really good 1-drop. But it could also be in here to, I don't know, gain life and trigger some crazy thing. They did not attack in to trade with my Selfless Spirit. Alright, I'll play Augusta, setting up for when we do get some vehicles. Yeah, tap it again. I want to deal 3 damage. You played against a Rocco that was all hate bears? That's kind of funny. Alright, this will make my creatures enter tapped. Oh, wait, maybe this is the hate bears. Because that's a hate bear. And if you can tutor for a specific hate bear, then you can be such a hater. Hee I'm trying to decide if I want to, like, blast Thalia here. Now I want to get Buxton. And Buxton comes into play tapped because of a certain somebody, Thalia. Cool, a car! It's the unlicensed hearse. I want Buxton to trigger twice. So I'm probably going to throw down Annie Joins Up next turn. It's also, like, it's good removal. It'll kill the Thalia. Buxton doesn't know how to drive. Or does he? He could learn? You think that he could learn? I don't. I think he's functionally incapable. Boop. The Brawler. I do have a good number of non-creature spells, so I might want to try taking out this Brawler first. That said, I'm okay with them getting a little buff on stuff. But just the once. Alright, I could attack in with all of you. Just tap them. Yeah, okay, Augusta. If I wanted a higher trigger on Buxton, I could have, in the middle of one of those, done some crewing. Alright, we got the Intrepid Stabled Master and Anim Pakal. Let's go! Yeah, Augusta's really cool when you have on-tap abilities, which tend to be in Selesnya. Which is awesome, because we have Selesnya inside of Naya. We're able to run it in Annie Flash. Alright, Rocco's going X equals 1. What 1-drop are you getting? Now, 1-drop will allow them to get the trigger from Guide of Souls. Haywire Might. Alright, they want to get rid of Annie Joins Up. Wirewood Symbiote, in fact, does know that Rocco is an elf. An elf with some hefty sideburns. Wait, but they tapped out, so they can't... They can't use a Haywire Might right here. Okay, cool. You have haste, right? Annie Flash, like, cool, whatever. Switchgrass Glazer. Ugh, yeah, it comes in tapped. I was gonna say, it's out for blood! It's not out for blood. I can only untap it after combat. Let's see. I think everybody's still going in. Haste, but tapped. That's her untapping the Thalia. That's what the Selfless Spirit is here for. Tip, tip. Tip, tip. The horse being untapped here is like such insult to injury. Yeah, come on. You think they're gonna kill Buxton? No, they're gonna try to kill Buxton. Let me just double check something. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Selfless Spirit and Boromir are both great with anti-flash since you can actually recur them. Using anti-flashes enter the battlefield. They gain 3 life. And I'm extremely impatient. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, eat those out of the graveyard. We get double triggers off Buxton. Protean War Engine. Let's go for Resplendent Angel. Oh, okay. Skyclave Apparition. Removal. They're saying oops. And I don't know if that's like a I didn't mean for all my creatures to die oops, or that's an I'm being cheeky and I have a board wipe oops. Which, by the way, that's not what oops is. Oops is when you make a whoopsie. Hi, I'm Augusta. Each player cannot cast more than one non-Phyrexian spell each turn, and non-Phyrexians enter tapped. You sure did cast those in the order that made your Allosaurus Shepherd tapped. There's your oops. GG, Rocco. Kellan the Kid. Hey, earlier today we were talking about how we would build Kellan the Kid. He synergizes with casting things from outside of your hand, whether that's from your deck, from exile, from the graveyard. Kellan the Kid, if you do that, will allow you to cast a card for free from your hand that has a lesser mana value, or just put a land for free from your hand into play. I feel this is a pretty good hand. We have really good mana. I have both aggressive threats and some removal. What I don't have here are my vehicles. Where are my vehicles? Where's my really cool cards? I guess we don't need cool cards when we have to Jeek Legion's Valor. Card's nasty good. Let's go for green-white. We have 2 red over here. And since Kellan the Kid is in blue, having a little bit of anti-counterspell shenanigans is good. Very good for me. I'm going to play Lelia. I won't be able to play whatever she exiles. That's fine. She still gets a counter. Lelia also will get a counter whenever we tap anti-flash. Kaka. It's a veteran versus the kid. Hey, yeah, these two were working together. I'm like trying to decide if I want to let them gain just a tiny bit of extra life. Yeah, I totally do. So I'm going to play Tajik Legion's Valor here. They can freely block and kill this Boros Recruit. But getting this into play means I'm going to have a growing threat every turn. If I saddle up the Grazer, I can also make it so Kellan can't block in the future. We'll see if he stays back. Alright, this allows you to play extra lands. They have a monkey on top of the deck. Monkey. Sadly, unlike crewing, saddle is sorcery speed, so I can't, like, wait until the start of combat, make the guy, and then saddle up with it. But I can saddle up with Esper Sentinel! Giddy up. We're gonna ping Kellan the Kid. He cannot block, and damage is not removed from him during cleanup steps. Switchgrass Grazer is, by the way, a digital-only mount that you, like, if you're trying to build a saddle deck or a vehicles deck with Miriam and stuff, you can't play it in there because it's red, but you can play it in Anti-Flash, which is awesome. We like Anti-Flash here. Okay, they got a land on the top. There's a henge on top, too. Looks like we're winning. We're able to take out their blockers and take out their life total. GG, Kellan. Maha, it's Feather's Knight. Maha turns the toughness of all of your creatures into 1. This is not a great hand. We do not have 3 mana, and we have all 3 drops. So we're going to throw that back. And this is missing red mana, but it also has a way to make red mana off of the Flywheel Racer, which is just a kind of weird card. Mind Spike, they actually get a choice here, I think, of make me discard this Flywheel Racer or draw a card. Oh no, they have to choose one if one is revealed. Yeah, it's only if you didn't reveal a card, you draw a card. Neat. Solar Transformer, a bit of ramp. Oh, red mana! Excellent. Now I have all of my colors. They have some ramp off their Solar Transformer. I could have gotten rid of it, but I wanted to play the Selfless Spirit. Maha very often is running a ton of things that give -1/-1 until end of turn, which can be very scary for us. Magda. A lot of my stuff already has, like, 1 toughness going on in here. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Celestus, though. Magda. So good with vehicles. So good with dwarves. There's 1 other dwarf in the deck. 2 other dwarfs! Stram's also a dwarf! No, 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 I'm not a loser! I'm really cool! Apparently I'm a loser. I guess I'll just use up a little more mana playing Augusta than playing Miriam. I could have also played Larg and Miriam. They do work well together since you can, like, loop to find your pieces. And this 5 mana ability is actually pretty decent. But Augusta's cooler. No! Inquisition of Coslet, leave my hand alone! I need my horse girls! Alright, Maha, you got more removal? Probably, because if I was a Maha deck, my deck would also be tons of removal. I built a Maha deck. In fact, this is not my Maha deck, but it could be. I don't run Glistening Deluge in mine. Ooh, Barad-dur comes in tap since they don't have a legendary creature. It's still over here. And once again, Deluge. A glistening one this time. I have no targets for Annie joins up, so I really don't want to play it here. Can this hit Planeswalkers? It can! I imagine they will -2 off Davriel, trying to get some very strong emblems. You like the alt art for Maha? It's really pretty. I like the various alt arts they did from Bloomburrow. They're going to draw 3 cards, and whenever they draw a card, they will exile the top 2 cards of their library. Cool. I just had to, like, read this. Magmatic Galleon cannot hit Planeswalkers. I mean, it can attack them, but it can't, you know, can't deal damage on enter the battlefield to them. A good old lava boat. Oh, too hot to zot. Aquazots will become a land. I will get a treasure. Now we have a vehicle, a sweet passive enchantment, And Anti-Flash can come out next turn. And bring back, I don't know, Miriam. Flarg. Probably Miriam. Magda gets me more mana. I don't think I have any dragons. I have lots of vehicles, though. Selfless Spirit to protect everybody? Probably smart. Oh, okay. Never mind. Anything I play is going to be immediately dead. Because, like, Maha will happen. So, let's see. What can I do that's the most impactful right here? Do I have anything that can get rid of you here? I can get Miriam to get +1/+1 counters on stuff. Or I have 1 extra mana. I get to do both! Hold up, hold up! Die. Stuff's gonna get exiled here. I don't think I've played a land yet for turn. Oh, pop one of these down. Boom. They go down to 5. Now they can attack me, and if they do, they'll get to draw a card since I have nothing to discard. I'll go up to 9. Wait, no, I do have something to discard. I like didn't even realize that Rocco was in my hand because I saw so many things in exile. I'm back down to my starting life total. Maha! Making my toughnesses so low. To gain a little bit more life off the virtue of persistence, I will bring Annie back into the command zone. Back to the zone. Oh, I love Paula. Okay, yes. I will pay 4. Actually, sure. Cards in hand is good. Even if they just get discarded. Gonna block? Alright. My extra funky, chunky, ultra magmatic galleon dies. But so does Maha! Until they play it again. Akazots will make me discard the Sky Sovereign. Never mind. Grief will make me discard the Sky Sovereign. I'm looking at what I could grab here. Selfless Spirit helps protect me. Again, I can't get a Gust. I can only grab Plarg. Magda would get buffed and also get me treasures off the Paula tapping. They'd buff each other. Ooh, okay. So they can grief me each turn. Oh, nice! Switchback Grazer! Okay, sweet, 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 sweet. Giddy up. I don't need to saddle here. Saddling would just make it so, like, that can't block, but I don't need that. Horse girls, unite. Yeah, I'll pay 3. Found one. So I can get a creature. My creatures, not so interesting. Their creatures, I mean, they got a grief. They could drop that getaway car I put into my hand. Sheesh, just a girl and her horse. A girl and a horse that can stop a blocker from blocking. So they're griefing. There goes the getaway car. But if I get a land, I can get the getaway car off of Annie Flash, and it has haste. but can go, you know, straight for the face. So close. So close to destroying them. With the power of horse. See, does Aquazot's attack in here? Okay, they're still attacking in. They get to draw a card because my hand is empty. Head is empty. Oh, wait, but it brings it back tapped, so it won't get to attack in. I really wish Anti-Flash didn't bring things in tapped. I don't think she should have to. Alright, I have... It is very little difference between saddling and not here. I'm trying to decide if I want to do the saddle anyway. I'm just going to attack in with all of them. Thing face. I will pay... Let's go 4. That leaves me with 3 mana up. And, I was gonna say, like, almost every vehicle would be playable on my remaining mana. Bye, DePaula. Maha once again dead. This Aquazot's getting work done for them, though. And play the Peace Walker Colossus. They are going to be able to Virtue of Persistence again. Getting... You don't want my DePaula. Maybe Switchback Grazer? Switchgrass Grazer? Horse. Maybe Haywire might. Wait, they don't have green mana. No, they do have green mana! Solar Transformer can make green mana. Ooh, horse, though. They could have left Maha in the yard for Virtue. Nah, they have enough mana to play it again. I get where they're coming from here. Ding dang life gain off this flippity flapping bat. Anti-Flash. Brings back 2 things from the graveyard. They will be tapped. Unfortunately, they just trade with the Switchback Grazer. No, they want to stop the block. Okay, so I'm going to hit the Virtue of Persistence. We gain the 3 life. The gaining 3 life is actually, I think, the most important part of that. When this attacks in, it can kill Miriam. If Maha's alive, which they can't afford to replay it. Since a creature died, they can also activate Beringer. Oh, don't you worry. I'm sweating too, man. Oof. I killed Annie. Again! Sadly, the cards we got at Exile do not stick around. So they're back up to 15 life. Wait a minute. Where's Maha in the graveyard? Lucario, why's Maha in the graveyard? Is that why you emoted? Do I see Chthonian Nightmare and Brawl decks? Yeah, I run in a bunch of, like, sacrifice decks. It's very good in, like... Yara is a good example. Okay, it's for Agadeem's Awakening. We get grief. There's nothing in my hand. They saddle up. Because her toughness is once again 1. They can, like, ping her and make her perpetually just extra dead. Even if I bring her back... She will never be able to block again in her life. Supposed to take 8 damage. Oh, the struggle. We got so close. We got them to 2 over and over and over, but the Zots! Yeah, we don't have that much removal in this deck because our removal is mostly vehicles. It turns out, this is gonna sound crazy. Vehicles aren't, they're not the strongest thing in the world. Yeah, like, imagine if they were at 2 when we got this Flage. Would have been fine time. Anyway, Flage happens. This is funny. It's like, I can kill Aquazots. It'll come back. It'll come back. Yeah, it's like... I get to do this another time too. But it's not quite enough. Alright, so we'll take out some stuff that ain't doing nothing. Like you and you and got the car. I do have a way to bring back just like any vehicle from the graveyard. I can't hit Maha because of the ward discard a card. But that does stop them from attacking me for like 1 entire turn. No, wait, never mind. With this will still be able to attack. And kill, probably, like, Flage. Paul, you were so cute. I wonder if I should have actually directed all damage at face with just, like, the hope of forcing them to kill Flage again. To try to burn them to death. Yeah, I wasn't accounting for the amount of life I gain off the 4 triggers. But Flage will be dead. So like this. They're amassing to saddle up. They're like, Orc army forged for the dead corpse of Depala. Alright, they cast the combat, so they're not saddling up. But the one damage does 1 damage anyway. Let's go horse. Wish it was back in my hand. That happens. Ooh, black market connections. One of my faves. Yes. Ah, mech hanger. Three, 4. 5. Trying to keep this thing under control. It's failing. Oh, that stops me from gaining the life. Hold up. You diggy diggy desperate. Oh, cute vehicle. It lets me block. You do apologize. Yeah, doesn't let me block in the air though. This mech, no flying. Fun game though. They also made good use of my horse. And dang, it's a good horse. Here, look. I have an Imperial Recovery unit. It has 1 toughness. It does nothing. It dies. GG, Maha. It's Feathers Night. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I hope you like seeing Anti-Flash flashing in and crewing up all of these different vehicles. Naya vehicles, not what I expected. It was way better than I expected. I had a ton of fun getting to experiment with the different small synergies that are in this deck, between the reanimation synergies, between the playing from exile, and, well, you know, Anti-Flash has Flash, and vehicles are vehicles, and we got to do vehicle stuff. It's been a long time since I built my last vehicle deck, which I want to say was probably like a Depala deck. I'm pretty used to piloting SRAM and paper, but that's usually an equipment deck. And in this deck, I've got to use like the various cards that are both vehicles and they act as removal, like the Surge Hacker, Sky Sovereign, Magmatic Galleon, Mysterious Limousine. It's really cool to have an opportunity to get to play those. And I will say the #1 all-star in this deck was Augusta. Augusta did so much work for me, tapping my creatures, untapping my creatures, getting me multiple triggers off of things, making sure I had blockers, additional damage. No matter what it was, Augusta was doing it. And I found that this card didn't just overperform, it was awesome. So I'm going to give like 2 thumbs up to Augusta in this deck. Really great card to include. And Anti-Flash vehicles, it brought together so many different things, so many synergies that I don't necessarily get to play together, like Amara and Miriam, Wily Duke. These all did so great with the various, like, crewing abilities. And some of these digital-only cards, which I would never play outside of a deck like this, also had some really cool stuff going on, like the Protean War Engine, and, of course, the ones that are just, like, it's a good mount. Switchgrass Grazer. It's also just a pretty good aggressive card. I might consider adding this into some other decks, since it is a 4-mana 4/4 with haste that can make it so a blocker can never block ever again, or just like deal 1 damage to a planeswalker, because sometimes you just really want planeswalkers to die. If you're looking for the deck list, is in the description of the video. And if you'd like to come by and say hi, twitch.tv/Amazonian is where I recorded this and all other Brawl Stars. I stream almost every single day except for Tuesday. Also, some of you may have noticed I've launched memberships on my page. Yay! It's a way to help support my channel financially, so if you have $5 to spare, I would love it if you contributed to my channel. YouTube asked if I want to set it up, and I'm like, yeah, I would like to set that up, because I know that there's some people out there who like the videos that I make and are willing to support me. So thank you so much to everybody who has. I've recorded this before, like, pressing live on memberships, so I have nobody specific I can thank yet, but thank you in advance to everybody who helped support the channel. And thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.